So let's keep going. So let's go back now, right here with the numerical operation signs for product and addition and division. So in this, this is very, very crucial. Until death do us apart. You have to understand this. If you do not, it will become a nightmare for you. You start losing marks. If you do not master the signs, these are the primordial to be mastered by students of grade 10 or already mastered by grade 10 student, which means coming from grade 9. You need to master these sign. The sign, the product multiplication sign, division sign, you must be able to master it. Very important, very crucial, extremely demanded from students, even professionals. They are demanded in engineering. I've encountered this many times through calculation, especially when I'm working with MathCAD. With MathCAD, it's engineering software. You have to notice not to make a mistake. For my student, I beg you to, and I eager you to understand this now and to learn it. It's going to help you in the future. So they're supposed to be 4, but these are the most permanent. The others, they are interchangeable, meaning that addition and subtraction, they're dependable on keys. They're dependable on numbers to select the sign. They're dependable because we're gonna go through it. I'm gonna teach you that, and you're gonna understand how to solve it. But for the moment, these are the ones that you need to understand: the multiplication and the division. When you have plus times plus gives you plus, minus times minus gives you plus, minus times plus gives you minus, plus times minus gives you minus. When it comes to division, plus divided by plus gives you plus, minus divided by minus gives you plus, minus divided by plus gives you minus, plus divided by minus gives you minus. Example, I'm going to take a quick example here. Let's just say, let's go with the plus times plus. We have 2. Sorry there, because I've increased the pen of my marker there. Okay. Let's say I have here 2, right? 2 plus 3, something like this. But the 2 in itself, a number with that sign is automatically positive unless a sign is assigned to it. But with that sign is automatically positive. So I'm by this I'm prompting to say that we have plus 2 plus 3. All right. But in this, if I go ahead, I say this 3, right? This 3, I multiply it. Okay, I'll put a bracket. Bracket means multiplication, or a dot. It's the same thing. It's a product. All right? It's a product. So I say 5, something like this. Okay. So what are we gonna have here? We gonna have, because this 5 doesn't have a sign here, because we can automatically use what? It has a plus sign, right? Because a whole number or a relative numerical number or whole number has a positive sign assigned to it unless otherwise. So by this, what we're going to do, we're going to have 2 here. By applying our both marks, what's going to happen? Multiplication comes before addition. So we're going to have plus 3 here, multiply by plus 5. Something like this. So I can create another bracket here. Now if I do this, it will be another thing. So let's delete it. There's no bracket. Don't do that. So we about applying both mass here, because we are multiplying, we're gonna have 2. We're gonna go plus 3 times plus 5 plus times plus gives me plus. There is plus times 5 gives me plus. I'm going to have plus. Then I will go 3 times 5 gives me 15. So 2 times plus 15 gives me 17. That's how we solve it. That's how you get it right. Let's take the second example. This one. Minus times minus gives me plus. So if I have minus 3 here times parenthesis minus let's say 2, just keep it small there. They ask me to solve. The first thing I'm going to do here, so meaning that I'm applying the rule of BODMAS and the rule of SUN at the same time. So what's going to happen here, I have a multiplication here and I have a bracket here. So this bracket is just here to play a decoy. Why? I don't want these two signs to be closer to each other. Multiplication and minus, no, I don't want that. Because the minus is not an operator. The minus here plays the role of a sign to 2 to make it a negative number. Remember, the integer, right? The integer number. I know the number set. I didn't talk about it because I'm assuming that you have the knowledge already of integer number, whole number, entire whole relative numbers. You have the rational numbers. You have the irrational number. You have the natural numbers. I know you. I definitely believe from grade 5 or 6 you have the knowledge of the set numbers. So I don't have to go back there. If you do not, just put it in the comments below. I will cover that for you for specific purposes. But otherwise, we are cruising. So yes, what you do here. So this bracket is just a decoy. It doesn't abide to the law of BODMAS. It's just to create a demarcation between these two signs to separate them. That's why I put this bracket here. So what we're going to do here, we'll start multiplying signs first. Minus times minus gives me plus. 3 times 2 gives me 6. That's it. It gives me plus 6 or 6. It's the same thing. Same result. Plus 6 or 6 is the same result. Because remember, a natural number without a sign, it gets a positive sign assigned to it automatically. It becomes positive automatically. Unless otherwise, unless a sign is assigned to it, or unless it is a sign, the plus is assigned to it, or the minus is assigned to it, then you consider that sign. But if it doesn't have a sign, it stays positive, like 0, like any natural, a whole natural number. Okay, that is gives us 6. So this is how you solve this thing. Or if we have something like, let's say, minus 5 bracket like this, minus 3, simple example, right? Equal. You start by solving the signs first. Minus times, because the bracket meaning product. Remember, sometimes you're going to have a dot instead of having bracket. Sometimes you're going to have bracket. Sometimes you're going to have parenthesis. Bracket is the same thing. So know that it's a product. So you start by solving the signs first. Minus times minus gives you plus. 5 times 3 gives you what? 15. So the answer is plus 15. So we are buying and respecting this law here. So yeah. So let's take another example. We're still cruising there, right? Let's take this example here. Let's take this one right here. I mean, no, the third one. This guy. Let's go with minus 2 factor of 7. Factor of 7 like this. Equal. Minus times plus gives us minus. So remember what I said, when a whole number or relative number doesn't have a sign, automatically there's what? there is a plus assigned to it, which will mean that this number is positive, right? So we start multiplying the signs first. Minus times minus, minus times plus, sorry, gives us minus. We are buying to do this law. 2 times 7 gives us 7. So you solve the signs first, then you solve the numbers, the keys, the digits. That's it. So this is how we do it. Or otherwise, we're going to go with minus 3 multiply parentheses minus 6. Okay, let's say plus 6 because we want to fulfill this law. Plus 6. Let's say plus 6. Remember, in this case, this bracket plays a decoy, just a cover to separate these two. These two operators, right? Yeah. So here we do the same thing. So what's going to happen? We start with the signs first, right? The sign here, minus times plus. Minus times plus gives us minus. 3 times 6 gives us 18, right? We got it. The last one, plus times minus. We go 1 bracket minus 3. So mean that 1 multiply. The bracket here plays the role of multiplication, not the role of decoy, because there is no other sign here. So 1 times 3, because the 1 doesn't have a sign. Under interpretation, we assume that he has a positive sign, right? Okay. So plus times minus, we start by solving the signs, gives us minus. 1 times 3 gives us 3. So we have minus 3. This is how you solve it. So yeah, this is how you do it. We're gonna go through examples. Don't worry about it. When we start working with training, you're gonna grasp it. But after this, I'm gonna tell you something very crucial that was taught to me by my teacher in grade 10. It's because of him I got to like mathematics till today. That guy impacted my life. I'll tell you a story about him, but not now. But as we go on, you learn what I've benefited from my teacher of grade 10. That impacted me until today. Even in my work, in my planning, in my doing, he had a huge influence on me and made me what I am today. And I'm grateful to him. So let's go to the division here. The division, let's take example. Division says plus divided by plus gives us plus, minus divided by minus gives us plus, minus divided by plus gives us minus, plus divided by minus gives us minus. Let's take the first example, plus divided by plus. Very easy. Let's go. 4 divided by 2. Or we say plus 2 plus 4 divided by plus 2. Gives us what? Gives us plus 2. Plus 2 or 2. Very easy. Plus 2 or 2. It's the same thing. Positive numbers. So sort it out. So each and every time you have this, or each and every time you have simply 4 divided by 2, which is literally the same thing. It will give you 2. Right? That's it. Let's take the second example. Minus divided by minus gives us plus. Meaning what? Let's say example, we have minus 3 divided by minus 3. Right? Equal. Minus divided by minus equal plus. So, meaning that you can just simplify it. Make them unexistential. So they cancel each other. And 3 divided by 3 gives us 1. Or simply 1. Great. That's how. That's how we have this plus. It's because of simplifying these two manners. The numerator simplified to the denominator. You can even simplify 3 divided by 3 gives us 1. Oh, let's go ahead. Let's say minus 6 divided by minus 3. Right? Something like this. Minus divided by minus. I have minus to the numerator, minus to the denominator, which means I can just simplify it because it's the same thing. Then I'll go 6 divided by 3 gives me 3 or plus 3. Same thing. So we go now with the third point. Minus divided by plus. So what's going to happen that? Let's say example, we have minus 8 divided by 2. Something like this. Equal. With 2 is here, right? Is out, is positive, right? Like it or not. Is positive, like this. So if I go, you start solving the signs first before solving the keys, digits, or numbers given to you. Minus divided by plus, we are here. Minus divided by plus gives us minus, so you put your minus right in the middle. Then you go 8 divided by 2 equal 4. So the result is minus 4. The same thing, let's go with the last one. Plus divided by minus. By that I will go with 12, right? Divided by, let's say, minus 3. You can write it like this, or you can write it like a 12 minus bar, fraction bar, 12 divided by 3. It's the same thing. It's these two speaks the same language. They speak the same language, both of them. The same WhatsApp group. Right? That's it. So, which means it's equal. Okay, because of this rule, let's stick to what we need to solve. So what we're going to do here, we come here. The first thing you start solving the signs, right? Here we understand that there's the underlay of plus. So we go plus divided by minus. Let's put equal here. Gives us minus. Divide, you put a fraction bar. Then you go numbers. 12 divided by 3. Okay, sorry for that. Just a second there. Yeah, you go plus divided by minus gives us minus. And you go 12 divided by 3 gives you 4. That's it. Then you get the minus 4. This is how you solve it. If you do not master these signs, I guarantee you're gonna hate math. You gonna hate math, which is not a bad thing. Yeah, which is not a bad thing, because you hating it, I think it's gonna it's gonna become a driven factor for you to learn it. If you are like me, who completely detest wasting marks or losing marks, you're gonna have no other choice than to learn it. And it is very easy. Take at least 10 minutes of your time in the day, learn the signs, build it up, make it a part of you, make it part of yourself. I guarantee you it's gonna work for your own good, and you will be joyful cruising through calculations, in whatever we'll be covering in upcoming lessons. It's gonna be easier. But if you still not grasp it, don't worry. Shoot me an email or put it down, or on the comment section. I will attend to you personally. You don't have to go zigzag. I will help you. That is my duty, and that is my purpose, and that is what I've signed for on this channel, is to help students, to help professionals. So yeah, so this is it. So, and the other thing is, there are other numerical operation signs beside product and division, which is subtraction and addition. But those they are more categoric, meaning that they are kind of slave compared to these two masters. They are slaves because of what? Because they depend on numbers. Let's say for instance you have minus 3. I'm going to take, let's say, minus 3 plus 5, right? and I will say 5, I will say plus 5 minus 3, right? Something like this. Let's take these two examples. You understand what I'm saying? The addition and the subtraction are slave. Because of what? Because let's take the first example. Minus 3 plus 5. Isn't it identical mathematically? Now I'm speaking about math. I'm talking about the mathematical language. It is equivalent or identical. Isn't this equivalent to plus 5 minus 3? It's the same thing, right? Yeah, is this is the same thing. Or I can even still rewrite it as 5 minus 3. It's the same thing. Or 5 minus 3 gives me what? Gives me 2. Positive number. Right? We're done. Positive number. Or this one now. This one now, if I have to rewrite it, it's going to give me how much? It's going to give me it's going to give me, yeah, here is, it's going to give me the same thing, but here I slash something out when it comes to the sign. I'm supposed to write here minus 5 plus 3, something like this. Yes, in this case the operation changes, right? We have minus 5 plus 3. Now it gives us our, what you do is this to solve this. First of all, you can still rewrite this as what? This is equivalent. Let's say this is equivalent to what? To 3 minus 5, right? This is the equivalent of it. 3 minus 5. If you go to grade 2, grade 1, grade 3, grade 4, 5, they say, oh, sir, you're a liar. This is impossible. Yeah, they'll say this is impossible. But no, at your grade 10, 8, I think from 7. I'm not mistaken. I think 8, between 8, 9, probably 8, 9, 7. Yeah, you must be able to grasp this already. So 3 minus 5, as long as you understand the sign, rule. So this is a cakewalk. So 3 minus 5, minus 5 plus 3 is something as plus 3 minus 5, right? Okay, it's equivalent to it. So what you do here, the first thing, you look at the numbers. You have 3 and 5. 5 is bigger than 3, right? And you check the sign. So this is about your eye. This is about your understanding of the sign. This is about your acknowledging and learning, background of the sign logic. So you have plus 3 minus 5. You check the numbers first. You have a small number with a positive sign, and you have a bigger number with a negative sign. So what happens is this. There's a rule that says when you have two numbers, one small positive, one bigger negative, what you do, you effectuate the operation based on the sign of the bigger number, and you keep that sign. That is the rule. So you effectuate your operation, so mean that you solve your operation with the sign attached to the bigger number, and you keep that sign. That is more beginningly speaking. That's how I'm speaking in terms of a beginner, with someone who doesn't understand it. That's how you solve it. But truly speaking, the rule says this: when you have two numbers, the restraint solution depend on, the sign of the solution depend on the higher number after solving. That's it. After solving this, 3 minus 5 It's like I'm saying 5 minus 3, or 5 minus 3 gives me 2. Sorry, 5 minus 3 gives me, sorry for that, 5 minus 3 gives me 2, right? 5 minus 3 gives me 2. So what I used to do at the time, because I learned this, it was in grade 5. I know I learned this in grade 5. Yes, grade no grade 6. I learned this in grade 6. I was in grade 6 when I learned these signs. Grade 6. What I used to do is this, which is I'm not requiring you. I'm not asking you to use this. I'm about to show you, but I want you to think a little bit higher. But if you think my method helpful, then use it. So when you have something like this, what I used to do is this. I know that this is the bigger number, this is the smaller number, and the bigger number has the negative sign attached to it. What I will do, I'll write like this. I will say 5. I will swap the signs. It's like I'm just solving 5 minus 3. That's all. Then I'll say equal to 2. I'll write 2 here. Then I'll check the sign. The sign belongs to the bigger number. Then I'll put the sign. That's all. This is how I used to solve it in the most debutant way. Yes, this is how I used to solve it. This is how I used to solve. Otherwise, use your calculator. Yes, otherwise, just use your calculator in this aspect. Then you're gonna get it right. But if you do not, at that time I didn't have a calculator, because I got my first calculator in grade 10. So mean that from grade 1 until grade 10, I was not using a calculator. Can you believe that? I'm telling you, I was not using a calculator. So this is how I was able to get good marks in this aspect. This is how I was able to get it done. So yes. So yeah, that's how you you can do it. You can improvise. This is a way of improvising. This is a way of improvising it. So what you do, you have to look at the number first. You look at the number that are given to you. You look at the number that are given to you. First, you observe. You observe the number given to you. You check the sign. Which number is the bigger sign? If the number that has the bigger sign is negative, you subtract it. Yeah, subtract the whole thing. Take the bigger number minus the smaller number and keep the sign attached to the bigger number. Same thing if you have plus 8 minus 5. This is easy, right? If I apply the same rule, I just apply it right now. You do the subtraction, which is 8 minus 5, which is equal to 3. And you keep the sign attached to the bigger digit, which is plus, which gives you plus 3, or 3 itself. If you tap it into your machine, it gives you 3. So at that time, to get it right, this is what I was going through. Yeah. So you just check the sign to the bigger number. Then you use that sum to do the operation between the bigger number and the smaller number. And after solving it, you keep the sign attached to the bigger number, which is in our case minus. That's how you get it right. If you still not get it, let me know in the comments section. I will definitely gonna come back onto this for you again and again. You don't have to worry too much about it. I'm here for that. So yeah, that's how you get it right. So the other thing is what you're gonna do here. Let's scroll down. Let's just scroll down. Let's scroll down here. Go all the way down. Yeah, this is the last. Probably. The last slide before the training exercise the slide, and reaching our conclusion. These are, I'm sure probably you've seen this somewhere. I've given it, though it is the beginning, but I want you to start learning this, to start understanding how these formulas work, to start understanding how these things are made, to start already, having an idea, because I'm gonna fly in the upcoming lesson. I will be flying, especially when we reach development factorization. I will be flying. But to whoever wants me to come back, I will come back specifically for that person, or making other content to help them grasp the lesson that they couldn't. So these are relative numbers. They are variables. You have A, B, C are relative numbers, such as, so they're substitute of numbers. So you're gonna put numbers there, or instead of putting A plus B minus C, you're gonna say 5 plus 3 minus 1, and solvable. It's the same thing. Or instead of having A minus B, you're gonna have 5 parentheses minus 3. So solving something like that. So I wanted to show you, instead of you relying on the exercise or on your number, relying on your number, saying that I need numbers to start solving things. But I bet you need these formulas to understand it, or to understand them, and to be able to solve your operations. Yes. You can see it here. So all this can be written as 3 plus 7 minus 3. Right? It can be written like this. Right? But in our case, because we have to apply both mass, we have brackets, you solve everything that is in the bracket, then you say plus, you're done. That's how it is. Do not forget the board mass. Do not forget board mass. Do not. It will follow you everywhere. It will work in most of earlier chapters that we will be going through. Earlier chapters that we will be learning on, board mass will be recurring again and again, so you have to master it. In this case here, you have 3 here plus 4, which gives you how much? 7. Same thing if you open this up, which doesn't always work, but if you open this up, 3 plus 7 minus, let's say 3 like this. Okay, let's say addition comes before subtraction according to board mass. We're gonna have 10 minus 3, which gives us 7. That's it. If you go with subtraction, it works. If you go with addition, it works both ways. That's how you get it done. So yeah, these are formulas that are prepared for you to start learning, for you to start getting acquainted to it for the future. And now when we working with the development, with the multiplication, these they're gonna help you. Study them, learn them, put a pause, on the video, look at it, take a screenshot if possible, on your own, learn it. Don't worry, I'll be attaching, a PDF for download, in the comments section for you to be able to download the PDF. Don't worry about it. I will be attaching it there for you. Then you can go back to it and look at it again. So yeah, you have to go through all this. You can see that here, on the second example here, let me just circle it right here. You see that we have A minus a factor of B plus C factor equal. You see that we have applied the sun rule here. You see that we apply the sun rule here, right? The A entered becomes minus B minus C. You see, same thing here. The minus entered minus B plus C. Why? Minus times plus gives you minus. Minus times minus gives you plus. Same thing here. Plus times minus gives you minus. Minus times minus gives you plus. Minus times minus gives you plus. Minus times plus gives you minus. So we are just obeying this rule. Right here. This rule. We're just obeying this rule. So if you miss this, it's over. It's gonna be a bumpy ride for you to solve whatever is coming up, whatever is upcoming in this lesson. So I encourage you to read again and again to understand things. And this is what I wanted to share with you earlier. I was taught by my grade 10 teacher, when I was, at your level, grade 10. The one who taught me math is the one who shaped my life, is the one who disciplined me, is the one who helped me to becoming what I am today. That guy played a huge influence on me till today. If I reach where I am today, it's once, in one way or another, he has been a partaker of development and a game changer to my education. Okay, so this is what he told me. He said to me, he said, TO square. He called me, he said, my student, before tackling exercises, as long as you haven't mastered the course or your lesson, do not touch them. Do not touch any exercise as long as you haven't mastered or understood. You have not understood your lesson. You haven't mastered. You haven't grasped your lesson. You haven't, paged through your lessons and read them. Do not touch your exercise, because everything you will be doing there will be wrong, because you do not have the knowledge. From that day, my life changed. And it's the same advice that I'm giving you today. In any subject at school, if you do not understand the lesson, as long as you don't understand the lesson, don't touch the exercise, because you'll be wasting time. You'll be making mistake, thinking that you are getting a learn and you get it in your bag. You are a smart book boy or girl. But everything that you are doing is full of errors and it's all falsely set up. So, my advice to you, my piece of advice to you, if you don't understand the lesson by yourself, I'm here to help you. I'm here to, give you extra lesson. I'm here through this channel to help you understand. Ask question. Put it in the comment. I will come back again and again until you get it understood. I'm here. I'm a facilitator. Or ask, your brothers and sisters at home. Go look, ask questions, then you're going to get an answer. But I'm here to specifically help you get it done faster and quicker. So as long as you do not understand the lesson, do not touch the exercise. Do not, pretend to be good while you are not. Because you do not have the background. How can you start barking, without a dog? You're not a dog. You don't have a dog. Where is the bark coming from? You see, you must have a dog for you to start barking like a dog. Or you can just imitate, but you're not gonna sound really like a dog because you are not. Unless you have one or you become one yourself, then you will be able to learn how to bark like a dog. So you can only treat or solve exercise or mathematical and any subject exercise unless you have grasped the content of your lesson. Be very careful to that, and I hope you start seeing things differently and be able to learn differently from now on. So this is what this is the couple of slides. This is what I wanted to share with you. This is what I wanted to go through with you, to share with you. And these slides, remember, have your time. Go back again and again. Look at it. Learn it. The A and B are relative numbers. They are relative numbers. They are as well variables because you can substitute them by numbers. You can substitute them. X, A, B, C. You see here, A, B, C, X, and Y are relative numbers, such as. Anyway, don't worry about it. As we will go through development, reduce, you will encounter them again and again. But for the sake of anticipation, that's why I've forwardly, given you already a glance of what is coming with this slide. And each and every lesson I'll be doing so to give you a heads up of what is coming ahead. So getting this, understanding it, not only for operational orders number, but every single other expressions, this will intervene. You're gonna see this coming again and again. But the earlier you master these formulas, the better you will be. Everything is gonna become a cakewalk. You'll be, laughing when others will be gnashing their teeth. So let's keep going. The next slide, the training exercises. I don't know if you've discovered, what I've given you here is a training, because the thing is, the training exercises, they will be a little bit, up level. Yes, all my training exercises, all my training exercises, they're never gonna be at the lower level, never and ever, until this channel is closed. Never. All my training exercises will be a little bit coarse, a little bit, harder compared to the course exercises or examples. So you will see that the view has changed a little bit, right, on this slide. So yeah, this is the training exercises that I'm gonna leave you with. So just go through them, solve them by your own. I'm not gonna solve it here. Probably for our next session, I'm gonna come up with a specific session for correction, where I'm gonna solve them one after another, and you're gonna have just to check with your own answers, compare with mine, see if you get it right. Yes, yeah. That's how it's gonna be. We're never gonna solve the training exercises unless you have done your part of solving them at first pace first. Yes, and then at the second pace, I'll come up with corrections, solve them with only specific video, for you, to understand, and I will go step by step, with a clear explanation and with a clear, method for you to understand it, because that's what I want. My goal is not you be able to solve only the exercise that I was given to you, but to understand them. Because by understanding, you can develop it in your own way. You can understand it in your own way. Because our understanding might differ, but our solving problem might differ, but understanding as well may contain a little bit of glitch. But you will be able to tackle it, to to a point where from what you've learned you can come up with your own method of solving it. That's what I want. I want creativity from each and every one of you. I want creativeness. I want innovativeness. I want you be able to think out of the box in each and every training exercise I'll be giving you. So this is what I wanted to share with you. This is what I've prepared for this first session. This is what I wanted you to be able to understand. And this has been my duty, my purpose. This is has been what I've longing to do for years and years. But because of work, I couldn't, create spare time to do this, because you guys are the next generation. Because I'm from Generation X, the 90s. So you guys are coming. You are the next generation. You are the next engineer. And these days with social media type thing, and students are no longer performing the way they're supposed to. So I'm here to revive that vibe. I'm here to bring you back, to the core, to the path that was paved, long ago, that I follow. Many of my category followed, and we're expecting you as well to follow the same path. Thank you so much for your time, consideration, and your presence to follow start to finish, and to watch these contents. And I'll be seeing you in the upcoming lesson, or let's say a correction episode or video. And by that, then for the moment, spend time with the training exercise, ask questions. I want the comment section to be filled with questions. I want the comment session to be filled with recurring problem that you will be bringing me, and I'll be able to solve them for you. For the moment, I'm gonna stop here. Thank you so much, and looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. I'm your author, I'm your facilitator, and I am Mr. T.O. Square. Take care, be blessed, and remain safe. Bye.